What's going on, guys? Welcome back to episode of Fishing with Flair. Today I have the June Lucky Tackle Box unboxing. You know, it's been a while since I sat down. It feels weird. I haven't sat down and made a video like this in like 2 months. Something got mixed up with the May Lucky Tackle Box. I apologize for that. Not going to get that one out to you guys. They changed warehouses, and my name didn't get put in the system or something like that. But anyways, we got the June Lucky Tackle Box here. I haven't been putting out a whole bunch of tips and how-to videos lately. I'm going to try to get some more out. You guys have just been seeing me fishing for the most part, which I know some of you guys do enjoy that, but I want to get some more tips and tricks videos out. That way you guys can learn a little bit more than just watch me catch fish. Anyways, we'll get into this box. So it says the value of this box is $27.45. And then it has all the lures as well as the prices on the back here. So I'll go through each lure that came in this box. It looks like there was five lures, as well as a baitmate fish attractant package that sent stuff. So we'll start with the Backstabber lures. Square bill, 0 to 4 feet diver, 4 foot diver I should say. It's like a chartreuse blackback, I think what they call it. Yeah. And it's just your standard little square bill, like a 1.5 sized one. And if you guys haven't seen these Backstabbers before, they're pretty unique in the fact that they have a hook in the back and then they have a hook on the top. You can see there. So instead of having the hook right here, it's up here, which does two things for you. One, it allows you to come through cover without getting hung up. Because if you're going to hit a branch, all you have to worry about is that back hook instead of that front hook. Number two, if the bass eats it from the back, which a lot of times it does, either way, it helps with the hookup ratio, having that hook on the top, because whether they eat it from the back or they eat it from the front, that hook is right on the top of their mouth instead of by their tongue. Their tongues, it's hard to hook a bass in the bottom of the mouth. It's a lot easier to hook them in the roof of the mouth, which is why they do that. So that's pretty cool. And another thing is having that hook on top gives it a lot more free swinging action than it does on the bottom, and it has a lot more contact with the top of the crankbait, which adds more sound. So although there's already a lot of rattles in it, that extra clicking sound that this makes, that adds some more sound, more unique sound, not just your typical rattles. It's more of a high-pitched sound, so that's another thing. And these go for $8.99 a piece. Nice looking square bill there. Next, we have another crankbait made by Vicious. Vicious started making crankbaits. I'm pretty sure Boyd Duckett was the one who has a lot of, I don't know, this one probably not in particular, but I know Boyd Duckett makes a lot of their signature series baits for Vicious, because Vicious is the line company that I use most of the time. You can see here, this is a medium diver, kind of shallow to medium diver, 4 to 8 foot. Little shad pattern small crankbait, perfect for fishing in the shad spawn, which is pretty close, right around the corner. It just depends on kind of where you guys live. For me, the bass fry just hatched like 2 weeks ago, a week ago. They're still guarding fry and stuff like that, and then I think the shad spawn's supposed to come right after that, if I'm right. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me. I think the shad spawn comes after the bass spawn. Either way, throwing small crankbaits like this is key. When you fish in the fall, you want to throw the bigger baits because the shad have had all summer, all spring, all summer, partial part of the fall to grow. You don't want to throw giant baits necessarily in the spring and summer when you're imitating the bait fish, is what I'm saying, because they just hatch. They're not full size. They're not 2.5 size shad. Not saying you can't throw that and catch fish, but when you're trying to match the hatch, throwing small crankbaits like this definitely will get you more bites throughout the day. It's got some nice rattles in it as well. So nice crankbait there. That goes for $3.99. Next, Z-Man Soft Plastics Finesse Worm Z 8-pack 7-inch Junebug color. You guys might think this is stupid of me saying, but when you get a package of worms and the bait and the worms are all perfectly straight like that, it makes a huge difference, because then you don't have to sit there and straighten all the worms out and then let them sit for a week to be straight, because I'm sure you guys have pulled a worm out and it'll have a kink in it. I don't know if they intentionally did this or not, but that's awesome that they have them all straight, because that's such a pain when you have to sit there and straighten your worms out, or you know the fish are biting, you're going through worms, you pick one out and it has a kink in it and you can't use it. That's the worst. So you can see here, pulling out of the package, and it's perfectly straight. You guys might be thinking I'm crazy for saying this, but that makes a huge difference, having a straight worm like this. Same thing goes for flukes, you know, flipping and pitching baits, anything like that. When they're disformed and they have a kink in it, when they're not perfectly straight, it makes a huge difference. So that's awesome, and it comes with the Elastec technology. So you know, this comes in, what they say, an 8-pack. Yeah, that's gonna last you like 3 months, because as you can see, there's no way of breaking this, the Elastec, as well as pretty sure Elastec floats. And Junebug is probably my number one, I would say probably number 2 color, depending on the time of year. Junebug, the water that I fish around here is pretty dirty, so that's why I was saying it's my number 1. But the water doesn't really get dirty until the summer. So in the spring, I like going with the green pumpkin, the watermelons. But as soon as summer hits, once that water gets dirty with all the rains, like right now it's raining outside, that Junebug is pretty tough to beat. It's got that nice green flake in it and the nice purple color in it to make a nice silhouette in the dirtier water. That goes for $3.99. Next we have a Reaction Strike Fathead Junior for $5.49. I think I've gotten these before in one of the boxes. They're little swim baits. I think they're probably 3 inch. Yep, 3 inch. Again, fishing the shad spawn. As you can tell, they sent, let's see, technically 1, 2, 3, 4 baits that imitate bait fish. Knowing, you know, the shad spawn just happened, you know, the bass spawn, the bluegill spawn, all that stuff's going on right now, and so Lucky Tackle Box sent those baits to imitate fishing the shad spawn, or any spawn for that matter. So I'll take them out and show you what they kind of look like here. They're just small little boot tail swim baits. Super subtle action. They're not gonna kick a whole bunch. It's just gonna be real subtle. Real nice translucent color if you're fishing a little bit clear water. Realistic 3D eyes on there, as you can see there. Very nice little bait. Like I said, you don't want to throw the giant baits right around the shad spawn, or you know, because you're not matching the hatch that well. And if you listen to Mike Iaconelli, that's his number 1 rule, is match the hatch whenever you're fishing. And like I said, those go for $5.49. And the last bait itself, oh wait, I take that back. Where do these come from? Alright, well, this might have just been a bonus. These are the Castaic soft baits. It's not on this, so I don't know what price these are. But yeah, okay, so we got a bonus package of some sort. Made by Castaic. And they sent, these things are sweet. They sent some kind of a jerk minnow, jerk shad, and that thing is super realistic looking. You guys can see that color on there. Super realistic. Nice 3D eyes on there. It's got the little slot right there for your hook. Rig it. I'd rig it and throw it just like I would a fluke. You could throw it on drop shot, but it's a little bit bigger. I like it. It's got some weight to it. I like that a lot because you can cast real far. You can skip docks when you're fishing schooling fish. That's another thing with all these lures, is most of them, except for those worms, are made for throwing in schools. You know, bass school up in the summer, and throwing something like this through that school imitates those shad perfectly. Awesome looking bait. That comes in, looks like a 4-pack. I don't know what the price of these would be, honestly. $3, $4 I'm guessing. They could be way more, they could be way less. If you know, you can go ahead and comment. But yeah, they weren't on that piece of paper for some reason. Maybe it's just a bonus. I'm not too sure. And the last thing is some Mustad hooks. Mustad makes some awesome hooks here. These guys are the tube hooks. Big mouth tube hooks. There's 5 of them in here, and they're size 4/aught. I'll take some out here, and you can use these, although they're tube hooks, you can use them for just about anything that came in here, whether it's the jerkbait or the soft plastic worms. They're probably not ideal for those soft plastic worms, but you can make it work. That's the thing with hooks, is a hook's a hook. You know, certain hooks might be better for certain situations, but you can generally get away with using something like this for just about anything. So I can show you, I can try to rig it up on this swim bait, and that goes for $4.99, so they're $1 a piece. These hooks are, which is pretty expensive. Yeah, I can show you. See if I can rig it up with this. And the reason why they're tube hooks is because just the way that they have the bend in it. They have that big wide gap in it. That way you can get a good hook set. Because tube fishing is one of those things that I don't have a ton of confidence in. Not because it doesn't get bites, because I feel like I miss a lot of fish. Just because the bait's super bulky and it balls up on the bottom, and for some reason I just miss fish. When I'm throwing it weedless, I should say. When I'm throwing it on a jig head, it's fine. Oh yeah, this works out. This works perfectly. So you can see there, like that, and it'll pop right through. You can see how much the hookup ratio you can get on that's awesome. And you just push it back down if you're fishing around, you know, grass or rocks and stumps and stuff like that. It'll keep it weedless, but as soon as the fish bites down, it slides out like that. Awesome. That tube hook works perfect for this guy. So I throw it, yeah, just like that. I throw it weightless, skip it under docks, twitch it real quick, and just make it go all over the surface. That's one thing I don't see a lot of guys doing with flukes. You watch Casey Ashley fish a fluke, and it's not like most guys fish a fluke. Most guys fish a fluke, they'll throw it out there, they'll twitch it, and it'll go down, and they let it sink, and then twitch it back up. He throws it and goes like this and twitches it, and it goes like this and splashes up on the surface like a bait fish evading, you know, getting chased and stuff. And that's how I fish a fluke all the time too, and it catches so many fish. And it's cool because it's kind of like a topwater, so you get topwater explosions, you catch a lot of fish, and it's just a lot of fun. Last thing is the Bait Mate Fish Attractant. And this stuff, you just kind of marinate your soft plastics in, just give you a few more extra bites throughout the day. It came with a Lucky Tackle Box sticker, it looks like. Yep. Lucky Tackle Box sticker there. And then they come with this booklet, which I don't know if you guys underestimate this thing, but this thing has so much information on it. It's ridiculous. It has Mike Iaconelli on the front of it, but it's just got so much information in these things. Unbelievable. I keep them all. I have a huge stack of them. See, there's one about summer cranking right here. That's perfect considering this came with 2 crankbaits. It'll go over all the different things you need to know about fishing crankbaits in the summer. Surface lures, topwaters. What was I just saying? I was literally just saying how I'm going to fish that fluke style jerk minnow like a topwater. It's the same thing, and it's by I think Zell Rowland, who's the topwater king. Everybody knows that. So he's got an article in there about that. More stuff about pop-bars, stuff like that. I don't think you guys can see that. Some really good information. I can only talk about the mental game of bass fishing, evolution of a pro, 3-point plan, all the steps Mike Iaconelli takes, you know, fishing tournaments, being a pro itself. Just a ton of good information. This actually tells you the times, the best times to go fishing throughout the month, which is pretty useful. Let's see. The summer pop on top, it looks like Scott Martin talking about fishing in the summer. Again, Fish Hound does a really good, Fish Hound and Lucky Tackle Box both combined do a really good job of sending baits, sending, you know, tips and techniques in these for the time of year. That's the one thing that I got kind of frustrated with other boxes is they send you stuff like frogs in December. Like, you're not going to throw a frog in December. Let's see, tying knots, that's some more awesome information there. It's always nice to know different knots. I usually stick with the same 2 to 3 knots, but it's kind of nice to mix it up a little bit. Some recipes. Here's some gift cards to get $5 off Tackle Warehouse. That's actually a really good deal. $20 off Zico shoes. You know, guys, I use that. $50 off a Castaway rod. All that good stuff. So, ton of good information in there. That's it for this, but so it looks like it came with 6 lures. I don't know, this one must have been like a mystery deal or a surprise bait. I don't know, maybe they just threw it in there. But anyways, a super awesome box by Lucky Tackle Box. They did a really good job, like I said, sending baits to match the hatch, time of year. The booklet has a lot of good information for summertime fishing. Summertime fishing can be tough. You know, early in the morning, you're pretty much guaranteed a topwater bite, whether it's a buzzbait, popper, frog. That stuff's easy. But once you get about 10 o'clock, 10 to 2, 10 to 3, that midday bite, that can get tough, and that's when you really need to do your homework and study up and learn how to execute and catch fish during that time of the day. So that's it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, video suggestions, let me know. I'm going to try to sit down and do these the videos, tips and techniques, tips and tricks, that kind of stuff, how-to videos. I'm going to try to get more and more. They do take a lot more work than just actually fishing, of course. But I'm going to try my best. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching.